So today I'm putting together the Saucy beef chili freezer meal. So I'm gonna get it started. I'm gonna finish cooking it tonight, but I'll give you all the details on how to put it into your freezer bag so that you can put it in your freezer and have it ready for an upcoming night, whether it's a sports night or you're just looking for something easy to pull out and put into a pan and cook it. So I've got my skillet, I've started heating it, and I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little bit of oil to this because the ground beef that I'm gonna use is very lean. So I'm using a stainless steel skillet. Get that oil on the pan. And then I need 1.5 pounds of ground beef. So that's what I have here. Find my scissors, grab a pair of scissors and open this up. And I'm gonna let this start cooking. Hear that sizzle. Okay, grab the best pair of kitchen shears to open this. Okay. I'm gonna add that to your skillet. I'm gonna break it up a little bit using my mix and chop. And then when cooking in stainless steel with this, you really just wanna let it be. So I'm gonna put that in there. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt to it, just because I like the salt for meat. Okay. So we've got that going. I need to add into this an onion and also a little bit of garlic. So I'm gonna use the twist and chop. I'm gonna use my twist and chop, and I've got an onion that I've cut in half. Okay, so I have an onion that I have cut in half, and I'm just gonna quarter it. And then I'm gonna drop it right into my twist and chop. So the twist and chop is great for chopping these onions. You literally can get it done in seconds. Making a salsa, making a dip, whatever. And I love it because the blade on this piece moves up and down and not just in a circular motion. So let's turn this baby on. It even has a hole right here. So if you're making a recipe that you need to add some oil to, then you can add this oil right in here while your mix and chop is going. And then you don't have to worry, you don't have to take it out, and you don't have to worry about it sinking to the bottom. So literally that was like 3 seconds and had that onion chopped. Okay, so we're gonna take this onion. I'm probably not gonna use the whole thing. That was a pretty big onion. So, but browning your beef with your onion just adds all the flavor, and then it cooks right in. And I should be using my mix and chop, whatever I did with it, to get that and to break that up. So the key to cooking with stainless is to just let it be. Just let it cook, put your ingredients in, and just walk away. Something I had to learn the really hard way. So now we're gonna add some garlic. I have a garlic clove, and look, it still has the skin on it. I'm gonna put that right here in my garlic press and press that right through there. So when I do that, it's just gonna give me all of the great garlic flavor. And what's left inside is the peel from that garlic. So while I'm letting the ground beef cook, I've turned the temperature down a little bit. You don't wanna cook on high heat with this. I'm gonna go ahead, because I'm gonna make it tonight, I'm gonna go ahead and get my beans and my diced tomatoes into my stock pot so that it can get cooking for tonight's dinner. If I was gonna make this into a freezer meal to put it into my freezer, I would take these, the beans and the sauces, and I would put them all into a freezer bag. I like bags with the labels because you always want a date. That way you know how long it's been in your freezer. And so you're not eating something that's like 10 years old. So I have a couple cans of chili beans already opened. So I'm going to go ahead and just put those into my stock pot. And then I'm going to open up, I've got 2 cans. I'm using Chili Ready tomatoes. Normally I would probably even grab the tomatoes and the jalapenos because we like a little sauce, but this one's going to be a little tamer for tonight. So I've got 1 can. Using that smooth edge can opener means that I'm going to get a can with no sharp edges. You set this right on top of your can, grabs a hold of it. You can even do it when you've got it lifted up. Got my burner down on a little bit of low heat. And then I'm going to add a little bit of tomato paste. I don't want to use the whole tomato paste. So put that right on there. Some cans have more glue than others. So let's get this out here. I think I got it. There we go. I'm not going to use the whole can. I'm just going to use about half of it. And then I'm going to give this a little stir. And I'm going to let this start simmering, as well as with 2 tablespoons of the smoky barbecue rub. I'm going to give this a little stir too. Okay. So to my beans and tomato mixture, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons. The tablespoon doesn't fit right down in there. Of our smoky barbecue rub. In there, give that a stir, and I'm going to let this just simmer while this ground beef onion mixture finishes cooking. And then I will be combining it all. So my ground beef is cooked, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to add it into my beans and tomato mixture. So if you're going to put this into the freezer, you're going to take all of this. I would do it separate. 1 bag with, let this cool, and 1 bag with your meat, with your onion, your garlic. Put it in 1 bag, and then put your beans and your sauce in another one. If you have gravy bags, great. Put them all in 1 bag if you want to do that. But you also want to make sure when you put freezer meals together that you double bag. So you're going to have at least 1 bag with your beans, your meat, and then squeeze as much air as you can out of them, and then put them into another bag so that you have them double bagged. And on the bottom of all of the materials that you're given, there is cooking day instructions, and it tells you to thaw it in your fridge for 1 to 2 days, put it into your stock pot, bring to a simmer, and enjoy. So super easy. I put that together in no time. Delicious. This is going to be our dinner tonight.